I am so excited to jump into the inside scoop and get the inside scoop from
Scoop
our
it up.
guy, Todd Davis. This has to be the best inside scoop we've had all season.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
I am too. You hear is bring in the iPad to Todd. We've got the whole setup today. All right, Todd, let's dive into the inside.
So this is the first quarter, actually, first play of the game. And this leads to a 3-and-out by the Kansas City Chiefs, which they rarely do. But nevertheless, I like bringing up some of these plays. They're not all like splash plays, but they're plays that mean a lot. So this one right here is up next. This is Power O. It was the #1 run that was hurting the Broncos, whether it was the Dolphins, it was the Green Bay Packers, it was whoever else they played. Basically, when teams ran the Power O, they got yards at will. So this is the Power O now against this new defense where Jonathon Cooper comes and stuns this man right here. Stuns the pulling guard, so it doesn't give them the room to wrap around because they were wrapping guys all the way around. They were wrapping guys all the way around and getting up on these linebackers so quickly that there was this big alley and guys were just running through it nonstop. But now you see what Jonathon Cooper does. He comes and stuns the line of scrimmage right now. That way this guy can't even wrap around. And then you just see bodies flying to the ball. Linebackers not refusing to be blocked. You got tackles wiping and getting over blocks, and they just stone the Chiefs right here. And this is all film study. The Chiefs looked at film and said, what can't the Broncos do? Oh, they can't stop the Power O. Very first play of the game, Broncos are like, nah, we got that nutted up. There's nothing you can do with that.
Man, I love that, Todd. And it just brings me back to something you said earlier. How bad was Randy Gregory? Because when we talk about Randy Gregory in that Dolphins game, we're not talking about the lack of pressure that he put onto it. We're talking about how he just got dogged in the running game time and time and time again. You bring up the Power O. Well, who was there earlier this season? It was Randy Gregory. And so now Jonathon Cooper, he's an all-around player, and that's why he's on the field to start the game.
Absolutely. I think he's a dog. And like Henry said, he's probably their best defender in the run. So I think they're just – finally figuring out who they are. And so this is another play as a defense. The Broncos did terrible against what? What was their #1 play in the passing game? Screens.
Yeah.
They could not stop a screen. You would see 2 O-linemen versus 1 linebacker, and the screen would go for 40 yards. But the Broncos say, oh, not anymore. You got 2, 3 guys ready for the screen. Oh, how do I get back? You got 3 guys ready for the screen.
Yeah.
Look at how clogged that is right there. It doesn't even look like a screen.
There is nowhere to go. Nick Benito's in here. Alex Singleton's in here. This is just nonstop. They have watched film. They're ready to go. Y'all here's getting me right. There we go.
Boom.
They've watched film. They're ready to go. And they're like, hey, we're not going to let Power O beat us anymore. We're not going to let this screen beat us anymore. We're going to have guys ready because right here, Alex Singleton is dropping out, but he reads the screen so fast that he reacts. Nick Benito delays his rush and just reacts to the screen now. These guys are playing with their hair on fire. They know their job, and they're executing. So this is what it looks like when you're executing at a really high level. Tackles for loss.
Yeah.
Look at 51 in there, baby. Come on.
Hey, just like you taught him.
Yeah.
Ronnie Perkins is getting some playing time now.
He's getting
some
a lot.
serious playing time.
He looks good, too.
Yeah,
I thought he looked
wearing
really
that
good. I think he
51.
struggled that first game, but ever since, he's been good.
Looks weird on the
He's
outside,
like that
though.
fourth edge
It does.
rusher.
It
Yeah.
looks different. It looks different. This right here is another play. They're playing a form of a 3 buzz, something that we said they should probably stay out of. But nevertheless, we talked about being able to tackle well and being able to play everything top down and being able to tackle really well. And this is just a great play by Jeudy, getting out in coverage. You see they have a screen. So in this play, they're actually beat. They have a man wide open. They don't have good coverage here. But the #1 thing you can do as a linebacker is come downhill and tackle. And that's exactly what Jeudy does. He comes down, makes a great play, and this is a forced fumble that the offense then turns around and gets points off of because guys are coming downhill. They're playing top down, and they're able to make good plays. And, Jeudy, he's a physical guy. So when he comes to hit you, you're going to feel it.
Yep. Nope. I do not want to be any receiver there. And I got to say, when I did not think, I was like, what safety just created that fumble? Because Jeudy was playing so deep there. And, man, did he deliver a blow. Jeudy just has his best games against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
it's like a great time to have a good
2
game.
sacks 2 picks last year.
Yeah.
I think he always balls against the Chiefs. That's my guy, man.
And like you said, complimentary football all the way around.
Yep, for
Defense
sure.
does something. The offense was able to capitalize. And also, defense getting the ball for the offense in really good position, too. Like, the offense got the ball at midfield quite a bunch.
Yep, this is the very next play.
Yep.
And they're using my guy, Jerry Jeudy. Finally, they're playing a version of cover 4, and they're trying to pass him off to this back safety right here. But Jerry's going to run such a clean post that Russ is going to be able to find him in the middle. Look at this pocket, by the way. Shout out to the offensive line.
Yeah.
I felt like Chris Jones didn't have a tremendous game.
No.
Quinn Miners was doing a great job blocking him. I think he's turning into a real dog at guard.
He did that last time too.
Yeah,
this whole
man.
stretch, Chris Jones, Kenny Clark, then Chris Jones again. I haven't gone back through this game, but I'd imagine it was those two up against each other again. He's playing great.
We're
And how
gonna have to
about
pay him.
Jaleel? Jaleel even slid past Chris Jones on a play, man. You know you're damn good if Chris Jones can't tackle you.
Yeah, that is somebody I wouldn't want to tackle right now. Being retired, he got a little bit too much speed, I feel like, right now. But this is Jerry Jeudy. I mean, when you utilize him, I mean, he's going to make plays. He's one-on-one with a pretty good safety, and I think he just finds a way to come down with this ball. I think that's what great players do. But once again, this is a post against cover 4. And he's not open, but I'm open.
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm always
Yeah.
effing open. Like, this is just a great job of making a play, going up
Yep.
against the ball.
man.
And when they utilize him, man, and give him something catchable, I think he makes the most of it.
I
Yeah.
loved seeing this play because Jerry Jeudy, we always talk about how open he is.
Yep.
And man, he's always open. Why isn't he getting the ball? Well, it was great to see him do something that we're not used to and catch, not just a contested catch, but a really difficult one, and then comes down on the ground really hard, but hangs on to it for just a monster play because that, like you said, followed. That was the first play right after the turnover.
Yep.
So not only complimentary offense, but I mean, it's just bang, bang, taking the heart out of the Chiefs.
Exactly. And then 2 plays later, we find our way to get into the end zone. So now they're playing man-to-man because the Broncos have been running the ball so well. There's only really 2 coverages you can play against a team that's running really well, and that's cover 4 and cover 1. And they're in the red zone. They want to, have everybody in close coverage, so they go to cover 1. And they have Jerry Jeudy basically just going to outrun Snead to the corner. He has the speed. He's great in separating. You say he was 3rd in the league 2 weeks ago for yards for separation in routes, and that's just what he does. They try to pass these guys off. You can't run with me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need some new cleats.
Yeah.
Get your feet right, man.
Honestly, throw the ball
I'm
right
gone.
now. He's
exactly.
open.
He's been open. He's been open. But that's just them utilizing him. This guy's falling over trying to keep up with him. And this is a great ball from Russ right in the pocket for Jerry Jeudy to catch. And this is a touchdown, man. Bobble schmobble. He caught the ball. He's in the end zone, baby.
Man, at first I was like, absolutely touchdown. Then you look at the replay and you're like,
Yeah.
did he have it? And that was actually a huge catch because if he doesn't,
Yeah.
we're talking about 3rd and 10. And then we're talking about not being able to convert in the red zone.
Yep.
And then instead of it being 14-3, it's 10-3. So that was a great throw by Russ too, but really good. Really glad that Jerry came down with it.
Really huge play. And this is our guy right here. I think it's, what is this, 3rd down? Oh, 1st and 10. They're rolling, about to score right before halftime. And if if you guys know the Chiefs and know how their offense works, they try to score, or they're one of the best offenses at scoring with 2 minutes left. Like, that's what they do.
Yep.
But Baron Browning said, not today.
Oh.
This is his strip sack. And this is one of the things, not to knock on Nick Bonito or him at all, but I felt like Nick's sacks really came off of wide open pressures. I felt like he wasn't beating guys one-on-one and getting to the ball. This is what Baron Browning can do. Like, you can line him up one-on-one and he can beat your best tackle and get to the quarterback. And so I think that's why he earned the start over him, is because he can do this, and then he's also phenomenal in the run game. This is a great strip sack. Jonathon Cooper gets all the credit because he picks up the fumble, but this is all Baron Browning creating a play and really taking them out of field goal range and allowing our offense to get back on the field and try to get more points, because when you can anytime you can stop the Chiefs, I mean, it's hard to do, man. It's really hard to do.
This is when it felt like, oh, damn, maybe things are different. Because this was still in the first half, and so you're like, there's still plenty of time for the Chiefs to come back. And look, they're doing what they do. Moving the ball in 2 minutes, going to score before half. And then in the second half, even though the Broncos dominated, it just felt like, man, the Chiefs are just going to be right there. But this was when it really changed. It felt like, okay, this isn't the same Chiefs team. This isn't the same Broncos team. This was a big-time play. And then, of course, a couple plays later, Russ gives it up with the strip sack himself. But this was huge from keeping him out of the end zone.
I was going to negate that fact. But Baron Browning, man, with a great play. And like you said, I think this kind of changed how we viewed the game because they had just completed a huge pass to Travis Kelce. They felt like, they're about to go down and score and make this a close game again. And this is a new defense, man. I'm loving the way they're playing.
Oh, here we go. Some red zone.
Yeah, another red zone. I want to shout the offense once again. And this is Russ, the O-line, Cortland Sutton. I think everybody's working well together here. Russ gets a little bit of pressure to start the play, but he keeps his eyes downfield. And Cortland Sutton is right here, and he's going to run. Basically, you can't run with me. The over route again, and he's going to find him in the back of the end zone with a great ball. He steps up to avoid the pressure. Look at that. This was almost going to be bad.
Yeah.
And Russ steps up and finds Cortland Sutton in the back of the end zone. They were playing the form of cover 4 here, so they're trying to pass it off. And I think he gets lost in the shuffle. But anyway, that's not our fault. Cortland Sutton is there and ready for this ball, man. And I think Cortland had a great game. Jeudy had a great game. Russ is I think his best play of the night. And this was huge for them because they go up 21-9. I think that's kind of the dagger in the coffin right there.
And again, I think every Broncos fan, it's second and goal when they're in the red zone. It's like they're holding their breath because they're like, if they get a field goal, way too much time for the Chiefs, and all they need is 8 points, one possession. This was like, oh my God, it's going to happen. No one said it out loud because there's still a lot of time left, but it's like 2-possession lead on the Chiefs. Here we go.
Yeah, this was it, man. This was a beautiful play. Shout out to Russ, man. I know he didn't do a lot as far as like passing the ball, but I think this play and the play to Jerry Jeudy were two great throws by him and really helped the Broncos win yesterday.
Todd, to just put that in perspective, at one point in the second quarter, Russ was 3 of 6. 2 passes were touchdowns. The other one was that 40-yard pass to Jerry Jeudy. I mean, so he wasn't asked to do much. But when he was, I mean, that's as efficient as you can be. And I think that's exactly what Sean Payton wants this offense to be.
Yeah.
Russ, you do things. You step up when we ask you to step up, but we're going to ask you to just hand the ball off a lot.
Yep.